Welcome to Learn English with Roast, where we focus on real conversations, fun learning, and daily English.
Hello, everyone. I am Jessica. Welcome to this deep English learning session where we are going to understand present perfect tense in a way that actually changes how you think in English.
My name is Rayon, and I'm here with Jessica, and together we are going to make sure you don't just memorize grammar rules, but actually understand how native speakers naturally use this structure in real life.
Present perfect tense is used when an action has already happened in the past, but still has a direct connection, result, or importance in the present moment.
The structure is very simple, which is subject plus has or have plus past participle, but the real challenge is not the structure. It is understanding when and why to use it naturally.
For example, when someone says, "I have lost my wallet," it means the action happened in the past, but the result is still active because the wallet is still missing right now.
In contrast, if someone says, "I lost my wallet," it feels like a completed story that is finished in the past without focusing on the present situation.
Another example is when you say, "I have finished my homework," it shows that the task is completed, and the result is that you are free now.
This is why present perfect is often called a bridge tense, because it connects what happened before with what is happening now.
If someone asks you, "Have you ever visited London?" and you reply, "I have visited London," you are not talking about time, but about life experience.
This is important because native speakers care more about experience and result rather than exact time in many daily conversations.
The word persistent means something that continues for a long time. Like when we say the problem has persisted for many years, it shows continuity from past into present.
The word influential means having strong effect, and when we say social media has become influential, it shows a past development that is still shaping the present world.
The word transformed means completely changed. And when we say technology has transformed education, it means the change started in the past and is still affecting learning today.
The word accumulated means something that has built up over time. Like when we say, "I have accumulated experience," it shows gradual growth from past actions to present knowledge.
The word determined means having a strong decision. And when we say she has determined her goals, it shows a decision that is already made and still relevant now.
In real life, if your friend asks, "Why are you so happy?" and you say, "I have received my results," it focuses on the current emotional impact rather than the exact timing.
If your boss asks, "Are you ready for the presentation?" and you say, "I have prepared everything," it shows completion of preparation and readiness in the present moment.
Many learners struggle with present perfect because they keep searching for when something happened instead of focusing on what the situation is now.
The correct way to think is not "when did it happen," but "what is the result now?" because that is the real purpose of present perfect tense.
If you say, "I have broken my phone," the meaning is not about the moment of breaking, but about the current situation that the phone is still not usable.
Present perfect is not just grammar, but a way of thinking that connects past actions with present reality in a natural and meaningful way.
If you start thinking in this structure, your English will stop sounding like translation and will start sounding like real natural communication.
The main idea is simple, that past actions are only important if they still matter in the present moment.
Once you understand this concept deeply, you will start noticing present perfect everywhere in conversations, movies, and real-life speech.
This is the foundation of fluent English, because fluency is not about complex words, but about natural connection between ideas.
And when you master this connection, you will finally feel that English is not something you study, but something you live.
Present perfect tense is used when an action has happened in the past, but its effect, result, or relevance is still connected to the present moment in a meaningful way.
This means we are not focusing on when something happened, but instead we are focusing on what has changed or what the current situation is because of that action.
For example, when someone says, "I have lost my keys," it shows that the action of losing happened earlier, but the problem is still active right now because the keys are still missing.
In contrast, if someone says, "I lost my keys," it simply describes a past event without emphasizing the ongoing problem in the present situation.
This difference is very important because English speakers naturally prefer present perfect when the result of an action still matters in the present moment.
Another example is when someone says, "I have finished my work," it indicates that the task is completed, and the present result is that the person is now free.
If we go deeper, we can understand that present perfect is a bridge between two time zones, which are the past action and the present consequence.
This bridge concept is what makes this tense different from simple past, because simple past closes the action completely, while present perfect keeps it alive in the present.
When someone asks, Have you eaten? It is not about time, but about whether the present condition is affected by the action of eating or not.
This is why, in daily English conversations, people use present perfect more often than learners realize because it feels more natural and relevant.
The word persistent means something that continues over time. And when we say the issue has persisted, it means the problem started in the past and is still continuing now.
The word influential means having power to affect something, and when we say technology has become influential, it means its impact started in the past and is still shaping the present world.
The word transformed means completely changed. And when we say education has transformed, it shows that the change began earlier and is still visible in the current system.
The word accumulated refers to something that builds gradually, and when we say I have accumulated experience, it means experience has grown over time and still exists now.
The word determined refers to a firm decision, and when we say she has determined her goals, it means the decision has already been made and is still active in guiding actions.
In real life conversations, if someone asks why are you smiling and you say I've received good news, it focuses on the present emotional effect rather than the exact timing of the event.
If a teacher asks, "Are you ready for the test?" and the student replies, "I have studied everything," it shows completion of preparation and current readiness.
Many learners make the mistake of always asking when something happened instead of focusing on what that action means in the present situation.
The correct thinking pattern for present perfect is to always ask what is the result now instead of what was the exact time of the action.
For example, when someone says I've broken my phone, the important point is not when it broke, but that it is still not working in the present moment.
Another example is, "I have lived in the city for 5 years," which shows that the action started in the past and continues up to the present time.
This usage shows duration and continuity, which is another important function of present perfect tense in English communication.
The word relevant means something that is important to the current situation, and present perfect is always used when past actions are still relevant now.
The word impact refers to effect or influence, and present perfect often highlights the impact of past actions on present life situations.
When someone says, "I have met him before," it shows past experience, but the relevance is that this experience still exists in memory now.
If we compare I met him and I have met him, the first is a simple past event while the second connects experience with present awareness.
Present perfect also helps in expressing achievements such as "I have completed my degree," which shows a finished action with a present result of qualification.
It is also used in situations like I have started a new job, which means the action is recent and still affecting current life.
Another important use is when we say, "I have never seen such a situation," which expresses life experience up to the present moment.
This structure is extremely common in interviews, professional communication, and daily conversations because it sounds natural and complete.
If you start thinking in present perfect, you will automatically begin to speak English in a more connected and meaningful way instead of isolated sentences.
The key is to stop translating word by word and instead start thinking in terms of experience, result, and present connection.
Once this mindset develops, your English will feel smoother because you will naturally choose present perfect in situations where it fits the real meaning.
And this is exactly how fluent speakers think without consciously analyzing grammar rules in their mind.
Present perfect tense becomes even more powerful when we start comparing it with real-life situations where the result of an action is more important than the exact time it happened.
This is because in natural English communication, people rarely care about when something happened, and they care much more about what has changed because of it.
For example, when someone says, "I have lost my passport," it immediately creates urgency because the result is still active and the situation is not completed in the past.
In contrast, if someone says, I lost my passport, it sounds like a story from the past without focusing on the current problem or urgency.
Another real-life example is when a person says, "I have cleaned my room," it shows that the action is complete and the present situation is a clean space.
This structure is extremely useful in daily conversations because it allows speakers to connect actions with present outcomes in a natural way.
The word significant means something important or meaningful. And when we say this change has been significant, it means the effect is still clearly visible now.
The word consistent means something that continues without stopping. And when we say he has been consistent, it shows a continuous action from past into present.
The word experienced refers to having knowledge or skill gained over time. And when we say, "I have experienced challenges," it shows life events that still shape current thinking.
The word achieved means something successfully completed. And when we say she has achieved her goals, it means the success is relevant and still meaningful in the present.
In real-life conversations, if someone asks, "Why are you tired?" and you say, "I have worked all day," It connects the past activity with the current physical condition.
This is why present perfect often describes states or results rather than just actions, because states continue into the present moment.
Another example is when someone says, I have met him twice. It shows experience but does not focus on the exact timing of those meetings.
This helps speakers keep conversations natural and less focused on unnecessary details like exact dates and times.
The word impact means effect or influence, and when we say this decision has impacted my life, it shows a change that started in the past and is still affecting the present.
The word remarkable means something very noticeable or impressive, and when we say, she has made remarkable progress, it shows improvement that is visible now.
If someone says, I have just finished my work, the word just adds a sense of recent completion, which is very common in spoken English.
The word recently means not long ago, and it is often used with present perfect to show that something happened in the near past with present relevance.
For example, I have recently started learning English shows a new action that is still developing in the present time.
This makes present perfect very flexible because it can express experience, change, achievement, and ongoing relevance all at the same time.
Another important use is when we say, I have never tried sushi, which expresses life experience up to the present moment.
This type of sentence is very common in real conversations because people often talk about what they have or have not experienced in life.
The word essential means something very important, and when we say this skill has become essential, it shows that necessity has developed over time and is still true now.
The word gradually means slowly over time, and present perfect often reflects gradual changes that connect past actions to present situations.
For example, I have gradually improved my speaking skills shows a process that started in the past and continues into the present.
This is why learners should not think of present perfect as a single moment tense, but as a continuous connection between time and meaning.
In interviews, candidates often say, I have worked in this field for 5 years, to show experience that is still relevant to the job they are applying for.
This makes their statement more powerful because it connects past experience with current capability.
The word proficient means highly skilled, and when we say, I have become proficient in English, it shows a developed skill that still exists now.
The word exposure means experience gained by being in a situation, and when we say I have had exposure to international environments, it shows learning from past experiences.
Another example is, I have learned a lot from mistakes, which shows reflection on past actions and present understanding.
This is why present perfect is often used in personal development conversations because it connects life experience with current growth.
The key idea is that present perfect is not about telling a story, but about showing how the past is still alive in the present.
Once you understand this concept deeply, you will start using English in a more natural and fluent way without overthinking grammar rules.
Present perfect tense becomes more natural when you start using it to describe life experiences that shape who you are today, rather than just listing past events like a timeline.
This is because English speakers often focus on experience and result. So they say, I have traveled to many countries instead of giving specific dates and times.
For example, when someone says, I have visited Dubai, it means the experience exists in their life, and it still matters when talking about their background today.
If we say I visited Dubai, it becomes a simple past story, but when we say I have visited Dubai, it becomes part of identity and experience.
The word exposure means being introduced to something, and when we say I have been exposed to different cultures, it shows a learning process that continues to influence thinking.
The word insightful means having deep understanding, and when we say this experience has been insightful, it shows that the learning is still valuable now.
Another example is, I have worked with international clients, which shows professional experience that still defines current skills and abilities.
This type of sentence is very powerful in interviews because it connects past work with present competence.
The word beneficial means something that brings advantage, and when we say this course has been beneficial, it shows ongoing value from a past action.
The word mastered means gained full control over something, and when we say I have mastered basic grammar, it shows a skill developed over time and still present.
In daily conversation, when someone says, I have just finished eating, it gives a sense of recent completion and current satisfaction.
The word recently is often used with present perfect because it highlights that something happened not long ago but still feels connected to now.
For example, I have recently started a new job, shows a new life change that is still shaping present experience.
Another example is I've already completed my assignment, which shows completion earlier than expected and current readiness.
The word significant means important, and when we say there has been a significant improvement, it shows a change that is clearly visible in the present situation.
The word progress means forward movement, and when we say I have made progress in English, it shows development that continues into now.
Another real life sentence is, I have lost interest in that topic, which shows a change in feeling that started in the past and still exists now.
This is why present perfect is often used for emotional and mental states because they naturally continue into the present.
The word consistent means steady, and when we say, I have been consistent in practice, it shows repeated action over time, leading to present results.
The word dedication means strong commitment, and when we say she has shown dedication, it reflects a continuous effort that still defines her character.
In conversations, people often say, I've never seen anything like this, to express strong surprise based on all past experience up to now.
This structure is extremely common because it connects personal experience with present judgment or reaction.
The word remarkable means very noticeable, and when we say he has achieved remarkable success, it shows results that are still relevant in the present moment.
The word transformation means complete change, and when we say technology has brought transformation, it shows ongoing effects of past developments.
Another example is, I have learned so much from this experience, which shows reflection and present understanding based on past learning.
This is important because present perfect is not only about actions, but also about mental growth and awareness.
In real life, if someone asks, why are you confident? And you say, I have practiced a lot, it connects past effort with present confidence.
This makes the sentence more meaningful because it explains the current state through past action.
The word achievement means success, and when we say, I have achieved my goal, it shows completion with present satisfaction.
The word opportunity means a chance, and when we say I have been given an opportunity, it shows a past event that still affects present life direction.
Another example is, I have changed my habits, which shows transformation that started in the past and is still visible now.
This is why present perfect is often used in self-improvement discussions because it shows real progress over time.
The key idea is that present perfect is not about telling when something happened, but about showing how that action is still shaping your present reality.
Once you start thinking this way, your English becomes more natural because you stop focusing on time and start focusing on meaning and result.
Present perfect tense becomes even more powerful when you start using it to describe changes in life situations where the past action has permanently influenced the present condition.
This is because native speakers naturally focus on transformation and result rather than the exact time something happened in everyday communication.
For example, when someone says, I have changed my lifestyle, it means the change started in the past and is still affecting how they live today.
If we say I changed my lifestyle, it sounds like a completed story, but I have changed my lifestyle connects it directly to present identity.
The word transformation means complete change, and when we say my thinking has undergone transformation, it shows a deep shift that is still visible in current behavior.
The word mindset refers to a way of thinking, and when we say I have developed a positive mindset, it shows a mental change that continues into present life.
Another example is, I have improved my communication skills, which shows continuous progress from past practice to present ability.
The word improvement means getting better over time, and present perfect is perfect for describing gradual progress that still exists now.
In real life, when someone says, I have lost weight, it shows a change that started in the past and is still relevant in their current physical condition.
This is why present perfect is often used in health, fitness, and personal development conversations because results are still visible in the present.
The word consistent means steady, and when we say, I have been consistent in studying, it shows repeated effort over time that has led to present improvement.
The word discipline means controlled behavior, and when we say he has shown discipline, it reflects ongoing habits that define current success.
Another example is, I have started focusing on my goals, which shows a new direction in life that is still active in the present moment.
The word focus means attention, and when we say I have maintained focus, it shows continued mental effort that affects present performance.
In conversations, if someone asks, why are you confident? And you say, I have prepared well, it connects past preparation with present confidence.
This makes the sentence more meaningful because it explains current state using past effort instead of just describing emotion.
The word achievement means success, and when we say I have achieved something meaningful, it shows completion with lasting present value.
The word recognition means being noticed or accepted, and when we say I have received recognition, it shows past success that still impacts current status.
Another example is, I have lost touch with some friends, which shows a change in relationships that started in the past and continues into present reality.
This usage is important because present perfect is often used to describe life changes that are still emotionally or practically relevant.
The word exposure means experience, and when we say I have gained exposure to different environments, it shows learning that still influences current thinking.
The word experience means knowledge gained through doing something, and present perfect highlights that this knowledge remains useful now.
Another example is I have discovered new interests, which shows new hobbies or passions that started in the past and are still part of present life.
The word passion means strong interest, and when we say I have developed a passion for learning, it shows emotional growth over time.
In daily communication, people often say I have already made plans, which shows completed preparation that is still relevant for future action.
The word preparation means getting ready, and present perfect emphasizes that preparation is done and still affects current readiness.
Another example is I have just realized something important, which shows a recent discovery that immediately connects to present understanding.
The word realization means sudden understanding, and present perfect is often used to show that this understanding has just become active in the present mind.
The word significant means important, and when we say there has been significant change, it shows visible difference between past and present conditions.
The word impact means effect, and when we say this decision has impacted my life, it shows that past action continues to shape present reality.
Another example is I have learned from my mistakes, which shows reflection and growth that directly affects present decision making.
This is why present perfect is very common in storytelling, because it connects past lessons with present wisdom.
The key idea is that present perfect is not about telling when something happened, but about showing how that event is still influencing your life now.
Once you understand this deeply, you will naturally start using English in a more fluent and meaningful way without forcing grammar rules in your mind.
Present perfect tense becomes extremely powerful when we use it to describe long-term experiences that started in the past but are still shaping our present identity and behavior.
This is because in natural English communication, people are more interested in what someone has experienced rather than when exactly those experiences happened.
For example, when someone says, I have lived in this city for 10 years, it shows continuity from the past up to the present moment, without focusing on a specific starting date.
This type of sentence is very common because it expresses duration and connection between past and present in a smooth and natural way.
The word continuous means something that does not stop, and when we say, I have been working continuously, it shows an ongoing action from past into present.
The word stable means something steady, and when we say my life has become stable, it shows a change that started earlier and is still true now.
Another example is I have studied English for many years, which shows a long learning journey that is still active and improving in the present.
The word progress means improvement, and present perfect is often used to describe progress that is still developing rather than fully completed.
In real life, if someone says, I have waited for this opportunity for a long time, it shows emotional connection between past patience and present moment.
This makes the sentence more expressive because it highlights both effort and result in one structure.
The word determination means strong will, and when we say, I have remained determined, it shows mental strength that continues from past to present.
The word commitment means dedication, and when we say she has shown commitment, it reflects long-term behavior that still defines her character.
Another example is I have improved my English speaking skills, which shows gradual development through practice that is still visible now.
This is why present perfect is very useful for describing learning journeys because progress is never tied to one moment in time.
The word exposure means experience gained, and when we say I have had exposure to different cultures, it shows learning that still influences current thinking.
The word insight means deep understanding, and when we say this experience has given me insight, it shows that past experience continues to shape present knowledge.
In conversations, when someone asks, why are you confident, and you say, I have practiced many times, it connects past effort with present confidence level.
This makes communication more logical because it explains current results through past actions instead of just stating feelings.
Another example is, I have already completed most of my work, which shows progress that is done, but still relevant to present status.
The word completion means finishing something, and present perfect highlights completed actions that still matter now.
The word significant means important, and when we say, I have made significant progress, it shows improvement that is clearly visible in current performance.
The word transformation means complete change, and when we say my habits have undergone transformation, it shows deep change, affecting present life.
Another example is I have lost interest in certain activities, which shows a mental shift that started in the past and still exists now.
This usage is important because present perfect is often used for emotional and psychological changes that continue into the present.
The word realization means understanding something suddenly, and when we say, I have realized my mistake, it shows awareness that still influences current decisions.
The word awareness means understanding, and when we say I have become aware of my weaknesses, it shows self-knowledge developed over time.
In daily life, people often say, I have just finished my meeting, which shows recent completion and immediate present relevance.
The word recent means happening not long ago, and present perfect often uses it to connect near past actions with present situations.
Another example is I have started a new routine, which shows a fresh change that is still active in daily life.
The word routine means regular habit, and when we say I have developed a routine, it shows structure built from past actions into present life.
The word achievement means success, and when we say I have achieved my target, it shows completed effort that still has present importance.
The word recognition means acknowledgement, and when we say I have received recognition, it shows past success that still affects current status.
Another example is I have learned many lessons from experience, which shows reflection and growth that continues to influence present thinking.
This is why present perfect is widely used in self-improvement and motivational English, because it connects past struggle with present strength.
The key idea is that present perfect is not about time, but about connection between what happened and what still matters now.
Once you understand this concept deeply, you will naturally start using English in a more fluent, meaningful, and connected way without forcing grammar rules.
Present perfect tense becomes truly advanced when you start using it not only for simple experiences, but also for abstract concepts like cognitive growth, behavioral transformation, and intellectual refinement that continue to influence your present identity.
This means we move beyond basic sentences and start expressing deeper ideas where past actions have shaped your current mindset, perception, and decision-making ability.
For example, when someone says, I have developed a sophisticated understanding of human behavior, it shows that this understanding was built over time and is still actively influencing present thinking.
This type of sentence is considered advanced because it uses complex vocabulary and shows continuous intellectual evolution rather than a simple completed action.
The word sophisticated means highly developed or advanced in thinking, and when we say she has a sophisticated approach, it means her thinking is refined and mature due to past learning.
Example sentence. He has a sophisticated understanding of global economics, which means his knowledge is deep, structured, and shaped by long-term exposure.
The word cognitive refers to mental processes like thinking, learning, and understanding. And when we say I have experienced cognitive improvement, it means my thinking ability has improved over time.
Example sentence. She has shown cognitive development through consistent learning, which means her mental abilities have gradually become stronger.
The word refinement means improvement through small adjustments. And when we say my communication skills have undergone refinement, it shows gradual polishing from past practice to present fluency.
Example sentence. His writing has undergone refinement over years of practice, which means his skills are now more precise and elegant.
The word perception means the way we understand or interpret something. And when we say my perception has changed, it shows a mental shift influenced by past experiences.
Example sentence. Her perception of success has evolved, which means her understanding of success has improved over time.
The word evolution means gradual development. And when we say my thinking has evolved, it shows continuous intellectual change from past to present.
Example sentence. The company's strategy has evolved significantly, which means it has changed and improved over time.
The word assimilation means absorbing information. And when we say I have assimilated new knowledge, it shows that learning has become part of my understanding.
Example sentence. He has assimilated complex ideas quickly, which means he has absorbed and understood difficult concepts effectively.
The word analytical means ability to examine deeply. And when we say I have developed an analytical mindset, it shows structured thinking formed over time.
Example sentence. She has an analytical approach to problems, which means she carefully examines details before making decisions.
In real life, advanced English speakers say I've cultivated a strategic mindset, which means they have intentionally developed long-term thinking skills.
The word cultivated means developed carefully over time, and it shows intentional growth rather than sudden change.
Example sentence. He has cultivated strong leadership qualities, which means he has gradually built leadership skills through experience.
This type of sentence is powerful because it reflects long-term personality development using present perfect structure.
The word resilience means ability to recover from difficulties. And when we say, I have developed resilience, it shows emotional strength built through past challenges.
Example sentence. She has shown resilience after multiple failures, which means she has become stronger due to past struggles.
The word adaptability means ability to adjust to new conditions. And when we say, I have improved my adaptability, it shows flexibility developed over time.
Example sentence. He has demonstrated adaptability in changing environments, which means he adjusts successfully to new situations.
In advanced communication, people often say, I have integrated new strategies into my learning process, which shows structured improvement based on past experience.
The word integrate means combine parts into a whole, and it shows that new knowledge has become part of your system.
Example sentence: she has integrated feedback into her performance, which means she has used past suggestions to improve present results.
This usage shows maturity in language because it connects feedback, learning, and present improvement in one structure.
The word conceptualization means forming ideas in the mind. And when we say, I have refined my conceptualization of success, it shows deep mental development.
Example sentence: he has improved his conceptualization of leadership, which means his idea of leadership has become more advanced over time.
The word comprehension means understanding. And when we say, I have enhanced my comprehension skills, it shows improved ability to understand complex information.
Example sentence: she has strengthened her comprehension through continuous reading, which means her understanding ability has improved gradually.
In real communication, advanced learners say, I have transcended basic English usage, which means they have moved beyond simple structures into more natural fluency.
The word transcend means go beyond limits, and it shows progress above basic level skills.
Example sentence: he has transcended traditional learning methods, which means he has moved beyond old ways of learning into more effective approaches.
The key idea here is that present perfect at advanced level is not just grammar, but a tool to express intellectual and personal evolution.
It allows speakers to show how past experiences have permanently shaped their present thinking, behavior, and abilities in a continuous way.
Once you master this level of expression, your English stops sounding like learning and starts sounding like natural, confident communication.
Present perfect tense becomes even more powerful when we use it to describe psychological shifts, emotional evolution, and long-term behavioral patterns that are still influencing our present personality and decision-making.
This is because advanced English does not only describe actions, it describes how those actions have permanently reshaped who we are in the present moment.
For example, when someone says, I have overcome deep-seated fears, it means those fears existed in the past, but the person has worked through them, and the result is a changed emotional state now.
The phrase deep-seated means deeply rooted in emotions or mind, and when we say deep-seated fear, it refers to fear that has existed for a long time and was difficult to remove.
Example sentence: he has overcome deep-seated anxiety, which means he has successfully dealt with long-term emotional stress that affected his behavior.
The word overcome means to defeat or manage something difficult, and in present perfect, it shows a completed struggle with present improvement.
Another example is, I have developed emotional resilience, which shows that through past experiences, a person has built the ability to stay strong under pressure in the present.
Emotional resilience means the ability to recover quickly from emotional stress, and it reflects mental strength formed over time.
Example sentence: she has developed emotional resilience after repeated failures, which means her strength comes from past struggles that still shape her present mindset.
The word persistence means continuing effort without giving up, and when we say I have shown persistence, it reflects long-term effort that still defines current success.
Example sentence: he has demonstrated persistence in learning English, which means his continuous effort over time has led to present improvement.
The word transformation means complete change in form or nature, and present perfect is often used to describe personal transformation that is still visible today.
Example sentence: I have undergone a major transformation in my thinking, which means my mindset has changed significantly due to past experiences.
The word introspection means deep self-examination, and when we say I have practiced introspection, it shows a process of analyzing one's thoughts over time.
Example sentence: she has engaged in introspection regularly, which means she has continuously reflected on her thoughts and behavior to improve herself.
The word awareness means understanding or consciousness. And when we say, I have developed awareness, it shows a mental shift that continues to influence present decisions.
Example sentence: he has increased his awareness of emotional intelligence, which means he now understands emotions better due to past learning.
The word subconscious refers to the part of mind that influences behavior without awareness. And when we say, I have reprogrammed my subconscious patterns, it shows deep behavioral change.
Example sentence: she has reprogrammed her subconscious beliefs, which means she has changed deep-rooted thinking patterns through experience and learning.
The word assimilation means absorbing and integrating information into understanding, and it is often used for intellectual development over time.
Example sentence: I have assimilated complex knowledge through experience, which means I have gradually absorbed difficult concepts into my thinking.
The word adaptability means ability to adjust to change, and when we say I have improved adaptability, it reflects flexibility developed through past challenges.
Example sentence: He has shown adaptability in difficult environments, which means he adjusts successfully based on past experiences.
The word fortitude means mental strength in facing difficulty, and present perfect expresses how this strength is developed over time.
Example sentence: She has developed remarkable fortitude through hardship, which means her strength is a result of past struggles.
The word perception means interpretation of reality, and when we say my perception is shifted, it shows that past experiences have changed how I see things now.
Example sentence: I have changed my perception of failure, which means I now understand failure differently due to past experience.
The word refinement means gradual improvement, and in present perfect, it shows continuous polishing of skills or behavior over time.
Example sentence: He has refined his communication style, which means his speaking ability has improved through continuous practice.
The word consolidation means strengthening or combining into a stronger whole, and when we say I have consolidated my knowledge, it shows stable learning over time.
Example sentence: She has consolidated her understanding of grammar, which means she has strengthened her knowledge through repeated learning.
The key idea is that present perfect at this level is not about simple actions, but about describing how life experiences permanently shape emotional, psychological, and intellectual identity.
Once you understand this depth, you stop thinking in sentences and start thinking in transformation, because every experience becomes part of your present self. And now we are reaching the end of this deep journey into present perfect tense, where we explored not just grammar rules, but the real connection between past experiences and present reality.
If you've followed everything carefully, you should now understand that this tense is not about memorizing structure, but about expressing life in a more natural and meaningful way.
The real transformation happens when you stop asking when something happened and start asking what that experience has changed in your life right now.
Because that shift in thinking is exactly what separates basic English learners from fluent and confident speakers.
We have shown you how present perfect works in daily conversations, professional communication, emotional expression, and even advanced intellectual ideas.
And the goal was never just to teach grammar, but to help you see how native speakers naturally connect past actions with present impact.
Now you should be able to recognize sentences like, I have learned, I have achieved, I have changed, and understand the deeper meaning behind them instantly.
And more importantly, you should start using them in your own speech without overthinking or translating from your native language.
Remember that fluency is not about perfect grammar. It is about natural flow of thoughts where language becomes a reflection of your mind.
And present perfect tense is one of the strongest tools that helps you build that connection between thought, experience, and expression.
So from today, every time you speak English, try to think about what has changed, what has improved, and what still matters now, because that is where real communication begins.
And if you keep practicing this mindset, you will notice that your English becomes smoother, more confident, and much closer to how real speakers communicate.
Thank you for staying with us through this entire lesson and investing your time in improving your English in a meaningful way.
And we hope this journey has not just taught you grammar, but also changed the way you think about learning English forever.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and most importantly, keep using English in real-life situations instead of only studying it on paper.
Because consistency is what turns knowledge into fluency and effort into natural communication over time.
We will meet you in the next lesson where we will continue building your English step by step with even more powerful concepts.
Until then, stay consistent, stay confident, and remember that every sentence you practice brings you closer to fluency.